There are countless videos on how to find your purpose, how to find your passion on YouTube. But there are very little videos on what are the challenges we face while finding our purpose, what problems we face, and how can we overcome them. That's exactly what we're about to learn in this video. Stay tuned. First of all, I want to thank all of you who watched my last video and sent me your assignments. It was so awesome to read all of those beautiful responses, all that you've written, and I was amazed. I was amazed at the effect of the steps and the activities that I told you to do. From that, however, I came to notice a pattern. I found out many different and new things, and through that I understood exactly what problems, what challenges we face in our journey to finding our purpose. When I thought over that, I related to that. I understood that yes, this is something I also felt sometimes. I also went through that, and that's when I realized it's so important to make a video about this. There are very little videos that talk on the problems we face during this journey, and there are many videos on how to take this journey. But once we understand the problem, once we scan through the problem properly and we know it fully, we can find our way to the solution, and that's what we'll do in this video. Now let's begin the first problem, and I hope you're all set to learn, rock and grow. Let's begin. One of the biggest problems that I noticed out of all the responses that were sent to me was the lack of clarity on what does purpose really mean. Yes, we all sometimes think of purpose as this big, universal, divine, spiritual thing that is like one single aim in life that we pursue. We have that idea that we have to have that clarity about where we want to go exactly in life. And we consider it to be something spiritual, something universal, and something mystical like that. But the truth is, purpose is much simpler. Purpose is much more fluid, and purpose is much more friendly and easier to understand and implement in our lives. Purpose simply means having a strong reason and a strong will to do something. For me, while making this video, my purpose is to inspire people to lead great lives and achieve their fullest potential. That is the strong why and the strong reason and the strong will behind me making this video. It's as simple as that. If you want to be a rally racer, maybe your strong will, strong reason is I want to have most of the fun in this moment. I want to enjoy this moment to the fullest by doing this what I love, and by creating that action, creating that adrenaline, and doing all of that. That's great. If you like that, that's what you need to do. It's as simple as that. Purpose is not something universal. It's not something that stays one for your whole lifetime. It changes. Right now, my purpose is to inspire people to live up to their fullest potential and create an extraordinary, remarkable, and joyful life for themselves. Maybe 5, 6, 10, 25 years down the line, I think, no, this is not really what I want to do now. What I want to do is, I want to help people come out of poverty. I want to help people rise through their basic challenges and then start creating the life they want. Maybe I start working as a social worker, who knows? That is how purpose can change. There is no single purpose in life. Having that misconception is the biggest mistake we make. So before you take any action, before you do anything to pursue your purpose and your passion, keep this one thing clear. Purpose is not singular and universal. It changes and it is fluid. It is like water. It takes many forms. Sometimes it's in the sea. Sometimes it's in the water we drink. Sometimes it's in the stream, and sometimes it's like the rain that pours over us. It takes many different forms, but it's essentially water. And this is the same thing with purpose. It can take many different forms, but at the end, it is a strong reason for doing something that matters to you. It's as simple as that. So first thing is to clear this misconception about what purpose is and imbibe this real meaning of it. Imbibe this to understanding that it is a simple, strong reason and will to do something. And after that, we'll be able to do much more, tackle much more, and build a better life for ourselves. The second biggest obstacle and challenge is fear. Yes. When I read those responses, when I understood what people wrote, I came to know the different kinds of fear they had. There were so many different fears, whether it was fear of change, whether it was fear of losing their security and certainty that they have in their life right now, fear of what other people will say. So much surrounding fear and darkness. We all have those thoughts. We all get confused. We all have those fears and those inhibitions inside of us. I can relate to that. Even I had the fear of whether this thing will work out or won't work out. I had those doubts. I had everything like that. But what I did was I persisted through that. So that's what we all need to do. And learning how to do that is what we'll do right now. Let's go step by step with each and every kind of fear that I noticed came up through the list and address each one of them. So, the number one fear that came out was, what will other people say? Whatever other people say, all we need to do is not take it to heart. The answer is as simple as this. You think that, oh my God, what will my wife say? What will my parents say when I tell them that maybe the work I'm not doing right now is not what I want to do? Maybe I want to pursue something radically different, but I don't know what they think. I don't know whether they'll approve or not. I don't know what they'll do. I don't know how they'll think of me after that. Whether it is your friends, your family, your colleagues, whoever it is, we all have these thoughts. But the thing we need to do is understand that whatever everyone else thinks is their opinion. If we are clear on why we are doing something, if we know the exact reason, the exact will, and the kind of outcome that we are wishing to achieve from that activity, we need to let this fear out of the gate. We just need to think that what other people say is their opinion. And in the end, it is me who makes the choices for my life. I choose what I want to do. I choose who I'll be, and I choose who I end up being. This is what we need to do. We need to let that fear go away. We need to just consider them. Again, I'm repeating that. We need to just consider those things as an opinion and move forward. If we believe in ourselves and if we trust our thoughts and our identity, whatever we are doing, why we are doing it, then we'll be able to overcome that fear. Now, let's get to the second most common fear, and that is losing certainty. Most of the people who send me a mail who were working in a job, like mostly people from 25 to 35 to 40 years old, the one biggest fear that emerged from their list was the fear of losing certainty. In our jobs, in our regular payments, in our salaries, we find that financial certainty that yes, at least we have something that pays our bills. At least we have something that helps us survive. But we are just not made to survive. We are made to thrive. We have to thrive and succeed. We have to grow and prosper. And that does not happen if we don't follow our purpose and if we don't fulfill our purpose. So how can you overcome that fear of losing certainty? And how can you start doing something you love? It's very simple. Create a plan. When you have a plan in action, when you know the next step you're going to take, you gain much more clarity, you become much more confident. So if you feel that maybe following your passion, let's say that you're currently working in a corporate job that pays you 40,000 rupees a month, and your dream is to become a chef, and to become that chef, you'll first need to do courses if you need some, and then you'll need to apply for some jobs or start your own restaurant, which will need investment. You have this idea, then you need to think over it. How lucrative is it? Can I make money from it so that I survive, so that I thrive? And if the answer is yes, then what you need to do is continue doing this job, continue doing this work, and create a pool of savings that will help you get through a time. Create a pool of investments that will help you to get over that incubation time, and then you can start the investment in your journey, start the taking the risks to fulfill your purpose, and you will prosper. It's as simple as that. You only need an action plan. You need to act on that plan. An action plan, if just written in words and not fulfilled, is not an action plan. So you need to act on that action plan, and you need to take proper steps that lead you to your goal, and this fear will go away. The third most common fear that I noticed the responses was the fear of losing our identity. We define our identity based on our role in our families, the role in our work, the kind of work we do, and the role we play in our friends' lives. That way we define whether we are a father, a mother, a parent, a child, a co-worker, a colleague, a supportive person, a person in leadership role, a CEO, a COO, whatever. We create those identities in ourselves. We think I am an engineer, I am a chartered accountant, I am an author, I am a writer. Well, those are real identities that we can really see, which we can definitely see. There is something, we are not bound to that. There is something deeper than that as well. And when we start realizing our purpose, when we take those action steps that I mentioned in my previous video, which you can watch by clicking here, and also remember that if you do watch it now, do send me your assignments and tell me how you felt after watching both the videos. I'm sure you'll gain a lot of clarity, and if you do that assignment, you will also feel more in control, and you will be able to create a much better action plan. So click up there right now after this video and watch that as soon as possible. Now let's get back to this. We create so many identities in our minds, and what happens is when we start discovering our purpose, sometimes we find, yes, this is something different. I am not who I thought I was. Like, we have that confusion. And a really amazing quote that I know about this is, this quote goes, I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am, but I am what I think you think I am. Digest that for a minute. This means that we create our identity based on what we think others may be thinking about us. That's why we get confused with so many identities, and when the time comes, when we actually realize our purpose, that identity sometimes completely changes. And when our identity changes, we sometimes feel that we're losing that sense of self. And that can be a really confusing feeling, and that feeling can nag us, that feeling can prevent us, and that feeling can prohibit us from understanding our purpose to the fullest and acting on it. So how can we overcome this fear of losing our current identity? Well, it's simple. You need to understand that taking risks in life is important. If you don't feel fulfilled in your current identity, if you don't feel happy and joyful in what you're doing right now, if you don't feel that you are creating something meaningful, it means this is not the identity that's cut out for you, and you need to change. It's only when you understand this and you're ready to take that change, you're ready to take that leap of faith, you're ready to jump forward, you're ready to take that plunge off the cliff, is when you discover your true self. And by leaving all those identities behind, by saying, okay, I will let this go away, I will detach myself from this, we create a better identity for ourselves. We realize our true self, and that fear of losing those identities goes away. If we genuinely detach ourselves intentionally, there is no fear then, because we've taken that action on our own. So all you need to do is take that plunge in the cliff, take that leap of faith, and you will be able to overcome this fear of, maybe if this is not who I am, then who am I? That confusion, that question that nags us all the time, you will be able to answer it much better once you take that risk of trying to find your purpose and of growing to become who you really are. You know what? We humans are sometimes very bad at estimating things. Many times we underestimate our abilities. We think that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. And we underestimate what we actually can achieve and what we can really do. And other times We overestimate our abilities beyond the logical sense, beyond the achievable things. So maybe we overestimate so much that if I start exercising today, I will lose 10 kgs by tomorrow. That's unrealistic. That's overestimation. And underestimation is, why do I even need to exercise? I won't even lose a kg in a month. You understand this? We sometimes underestimate ourselves, we sometimes overestimate ourselves, and this creates self-doubt and insecurity within us. We doubt ourselves, we are not sure whether we can do this, whether we can do that, and with that doubt, we prevent ourselves from taking risks, and we prevent ourselves from finding a purpose that will help us do more and achieve more. So how can we overcome this self-doubt and this insecurity of maybe I can't do this and I can't do that? Again, the answer is simple, like all the answers to all the challenges and inhibitions that we face. You need to take action. Without action, self-doubt and fear breed. Whereas when you take action, you slash self-doubt and fear away from your life. You cut them out of your life. So what you need to do is start trusting yourself. You need to say, okay, I need to be realistic, but I don't need to be overly realistic or overly unrealistic. I know what you need to do is that analyze where you currently are and whether you can do something logically or whether you cannot. You need to think practically, you need to assess all the aspects, and by doing that, you'll be able to create a good action plan. And then when you take that action, when you start feeling in control, you will be able to overcome this nagging feeling of self-doubt and insecurity, and this way you will overcome this big challenge as well. Do you think that it was easy for Abraham Lincoln to rule a country through civil war and drive it to the best result? Obviously, it wasn't. Getting through a civil war is difficult. Managing a country in a conflict-like situation is difficult. But Abraham Lincoln succeeded in doing that. Also, do you feel that building KFC was easy and comfortable? Obviously, it wasn't. There were so many challenges, there were so many problems, and there were so many roadblocks they had to cross. And then only Apple and KFC became the brands we know today. And it's the same with our lives and with following our purpose. We need to think of our lives in the same way. Following our purpose, following our calling, and following our passion isn't an easy journey. It isn't a comfortable journey. For me, when I was writing my book, Explore the New You, it wasn't easy. It wasn't comfortable. I had to balance school. I had to balance my schoolwork. I had to balance writing. And I had to manage many different extracurricular activities that came in the way. Some days I was busy till 7 in the evening just doing schoolwork. But still, I made time for writing. I stayed up 1 extra hour to finish that chapter, to finish that last paragraph. I accepted discomfort. I accepted challenges. Some days I was awake till 11:30 while I usually sleep at 9. I was taking that discomfort as an indicator that I was doing my best. Sometimes we have to do that. Not sometimes, many times we have to do that. Many times we need to give that extra hour in. Many times we need to get that little push in. Many times we need to get out of our comfort zone. And that again is one of the biggest challenges we face. Getting out of a comfort zone isn't easy. It is uncomfortable. But what we need to do is accept the fact that until and unless we don't do that, we won't grow. Challenges, problems, discomfort, and all those things that push you, that make you feel tired, that make you feel exhausted while you're working for your passion, are indicators that you're doing your best. Sometimes it may be that you're just not feeling that, you're just not feeling the spirit to do it. But what you need to do is just push through that initial resistance. Just push through that initial calling, that initial desire, that initial thought of instant gratification, and just push through that by thinking for the long term. Getting over your comfort zone. Accepting discomfort is a process. It took time for me to do that. Many times when I slept late at night, I knew it was going to be difficult for me to wake up the next day. But I still tried to wake up as early as possible and then wrote some more in the morning too. Those days I would feel exhausted. I would feel tired while going through the day. But still, I did it. I made it through. I did not look for instant gratification. I did not think, okay, just let me relax for one day, right? What happens with one day? I did not think that. I was instead focused on my goal of publishing my book by 1st December. And I did it. I did it 2 days earlier than what I had initially thought. And that's what you get when you get over your comfort zone, when you get out of your comfort zone. So you need to get that long-term vision clear. You need to get that goal clear and keep on working towards it. When you visualize it properly, you understand the importance of every moment of your time. And you don't look for instant gratification. You instead look for gratifying and achieving that goal as soon as possible. And that is even better happiness. That is even better fulfillment. And that is even better joy. Getting out of your comfort zone isn't easy, but if you try, if you persevere, and if you make it through, it will be one of the best things you ever do, because you will grow exponentially, you will grow unimaginably, and you will achieve great feats that you never thought you actually could. That's the power of getting out of your comfort zone, and that's how you overcome the 4th challenge. With freedom comes even greater responsibility. And while we all want that freedom, while we all want that great freedom, we all actually run away from that even greater responsibility that comes along with it. And it's the same when you try to find your purpose and act on it. We do so many things. We do this, we do that. I told you to do those 3 steps. You did that. And now when it's time to take action, many times we back off. Why? Because we don't feel that we are accountable. We don't have that responsibility. And we don't feel that sense of responsibility that yes, this is something I must do. And that lack of accountability makes us inconsistent. And that inconsistency makes our results stagger. And that results that stagger fail to motivate us. And again, we let go of our purpose and we don't do anything on it. So, what do you think you need to do to make sure that you are accountable, to make sure that you are consistent? Well, it's to start taking responsibility for your own actions. Try this. Even if it is someone else's fault completely when you get into a problem or when you fall into a situation, remember that there could be hundreds and billions of things that you could be doing at this moment other than falling into this problem. And therefore, somewhere or the other, you were the cause, not the cause, but you were there for some reason, and that you must assume responsibility for that, for yourself. You don't need to take the responsibility of the other person's fault. You need to make sure that you are right, but you need to accept the responsibility. Even if this event has happened, it is now up to me how I react to it, how I respond to it, and how I go further from it. It's as simple as that. Start assuming responsibility for each and every event and action that you take. When you do that, you will start feeling that sense of capability. You will start feeling that sense of self-respect for yourself, because you are in the lead role. You're starting to take responsibility. And at first, it can be difficult. At first, it can feel that, okay, if I blame that person, so if I'm in this, like, if I blame you, maybe I'm like, okay, I'll end up in a better place. But what I'll think is, no, that's not something I want to do. I want to take the responsibility on my shoulders, and let's see if I can grow through that. It's as simple as that. If you were late for your meal, or if you ate unhealthy, don't blame your mom or your servant or your wife for making something unhealthy. You always have the choice to order something healthy or to eat a salad. But you would say that, okay, if I am doing this right now, it is up to me whether I want to eat this or not. Start taking responsibility in that sense, and you will start to feel more accountable with yourself. Now, when it comes to taking action on your purpose, what you need to do is think that if I have this purpose, if I have this thought, what I need to do is that take action towards it. It is my responsibility, it is my duty to take action on that. That way you will start becoming more free. You will understand that yes, this is something I want to do. You'll spend more time on your passion, on your purpose, and through that you'll gain that sense of freedom. Even if it isn't possible for you to leave other obligations, when you try to assume responsibility and when you start making time for your passion, for your purpose, you will feel accountable. Also, another important aspect of accountability is to declare what you're doing to people. Nobody wants to get their ego hurt. Nobody wants to hear that taunt. Oh, you said you were going to do this. Why didn't you do that? Or we say, oh, you said you were going to buy the BMW last year. So why are you still driving this Honda? I know. It feels bad, right? It feels when someone says that to us, even if it's in a friendly way. It nudges somewhere deep in our hearts. And that's something you can avoid if you declare it to someone. Declare it to your family. Declare it to your friends. Tell them that, okay, yes, this is something I'm gonna do. That way you get that sense of public accountability that now that I have said that, yes, I'm going to do this thing, I have to do it. That way you learn more and you're able to take proper action. If you want even more constructive feedback, try to become accountable with someone who is an expert in what you're trying to do, who is also pursuing the same thing as you, so that you both can interact, you both can connect and become accountable for each other, and sharing progress really makes a lot of difference. Having that companion around, having that accountability around helps you be consistent, helps you grow, and helps you achieve and learn more. And that's how you overcome the fifth and the last problem. Now, what do you need to do next? You have understood all of this. You have understood what you need to do. And you've understood how to overcome these challenges as well. And now there are two things for you to do. If you haven't watched my previous video, like I said, click up there and watch that video now. Send that task to me. And you will gain even more clarity on how you have to proceed and how you should follow your purpose and start acting on it. Now that you've also watched this video, you'll be able to do even more and achieve even more better and start writing with even more clarity, as these obstacles will already be overcome. You already have an understanding of how you can overcome these problems, and yes, they will help you a lot. Now, the second thing you need to do, if you have or haven't watched my video, does not matter. What you need to do is write in the comments box which problem is the one that you face the most and whether you got the answer or not. If you didn't, and if there's something specific you'd like for me to answer, put that question down there and I'll answer it there. Or if you'd like to contact me in person, then you can also send me an email and I'll reply to that. So these are two things. Tell me whether you got the answer to your questions or not, and how motivated you feel to overcome these challenges now. And second, if you haven't watched my previous video, watch that and send me your assignment. I'm looking forward to all your responses. Share your thoughts in the email and in the comment section below. Let's connect, let's make this world a better place, and let's rock together.